Cleverbor rolling it back out to the defence. Rose just seemed to perhaps be holding his hamstring, the number 8 for the visitors. Petrov here. There's that ball into the penalty area, shooting chance. Oh, it's come off the crossbar, and Rivera was stopped by Dunn, but then the next effort has found the back of the net. And Heerenveen find themselves level again.
That's a poor goal from Rangers, because there's a couple of opportunities where we can clear it. Now the first one, I think Tim Delaney sort of missed kicks. Falls to the Heerenveen player. There's the missed kick. He strikes, comes off the underside of the bar. And it's Jimmy trying to get a piece of the action. He's not quite sure where the ricochet bounces. Just see it here. He's not sure where the ball is. And it falls. Just steers it into the roof of the net.
The goal from Schmorns. Rangers responded well the last time that they were pegged back level. Let's see what happens here with 17 minutes on the clock. Delaney meets it with the header. Here come the visitors again. There was that ball into the penalty area. Big chance, big save, Joe Walsh. Danger not quite finished. Vale gets to the next delivery. And volleyed, but volleyed well and truly off target.
We just look at a little bit of 6s and 7s, and that's probably understandable with the amount of changes that's been made. Now you get a little bit disjointed. A lot of younger players on the pitch all at the same time. That's where they can learn game situations about each other, about what's required. But we're just going to settle and regroup, get hold of the ball again. It's a good save from Joe Walsh, though. There's a goal boat bearing down on goal.
Sutton trying to give it a good chase, but unable to get there. Vale picks it up in a nice area. And Curry, was he fouled? No, says the referee. A few yards further forward again here, the Rangers. Second Delaney. Vale gets it back. There was the challenge though. Vale doing well to get his body there first and win the free kick. Going to be a couple of changes now for the visitors first though.
Substitutions for Heerenveen coming off number 20, Jacob Trenskow.
Trenskow comes off,
Petrov.
along with Petrov at left back.
And then replaced by number 19, Vasilos Sakaritis. And number 27, Vaglav Shek.
Let's check who comes on. What is Zagaritis? So there's the first involvement for the substitute, Zagaritis. Sutton with the challenge, and it was a fair one. Likewise, the challenge on Tyler as well. A couple of strong ones coming in. Unable to intercept, not for the first time in this second half. Vera takes it back and now gets around Jimmy Dunn. Fantastic defensive work though. Great anticipation from Liam Morrison. Aola.
Just a little bit clumsy from Tim. And Delaney, poor pass.
And winning the header. Just a little nudge on Sutton. Well, he's actually going to get onto this. Joe Walsh ball forward. Tala helping, looking to turn. Rivera will be able to keep it in play. Kirsten in the diagonal towards Rivera. Jimmy Dunn covering, and able to block, and it is still to be a corner though for Herondine.
Right back, he's hit that big broad eight, he's hit that big diagonal 2 or 3 times today. Really useful weapon if you can execute it, because that's where you can stretch teams. Defender for Rangers to do from the corner. Just looking at the little bit of zonal marking, and obviously designated players picking up.
Joe Walsh with the punch. Sutton with the next of the challenges. Rangers unable to take it though. Hopland. It was chipped on forward, Morrison reading it. Bale able to rise his boot to clear. At the moment it's a stage where patience is just having to be shown by Rangers. Fair bit of possession for the visitors. That will change now. Jimmy Dunn here. And Tala. Scooped on towards Akindeledi. Nice pass on towards Vale. Just too far ahead of Keely Adamson on the stretch.
He's unlucky.
Aurora picking up the keeper's ball and was fouled in the middle of the park. Good work from Emerson Sutton. And again, as this time it's Tala. That's a good ball on forward here towards Daniel Benny. So he went first time. Vale was aware of the pressure, but couldn't guide it onto a teammate, and now Heerenveen will have the free kick. Wolves reading the situation. In goal for Rangers.
Yeah, good goalkeeping. Starting position spot on.
Here's Akindeledi. Nicely worked out from the back, that from Rangers. Jimmy Dunn, the only outfield player to have started the game, still on the field. Still able to tower it forward for Rangers as he's back on it again in the sunshine. Tala's going to keep on pressing, forcing the goalkeeper long. Bale. Gets it again in a tight pocket and was just pulled on his shoulder. Bale again. Tala for Sutton out wide. Nice touch up from Sutton. Tala can take it on though. Vale, it was a late challenge, but the advantage will be played here. Rangers in a spot of bother. Morrison able to help out defensively, and it is to be a corner now into the last 5, well and truly. that header at the near post. So there's that low ball forwards, but the flag up. Stroke just finding himself in the offside position.
Hallo? Ja. Ja, ik denk gewoon Pisa passen. Ja. Moet je me even laten weten. Want dan bestel ik zo meteen alvast.
Is Akin Delaney. Oh, and that was a risky giveaway. Rangers do have the bodies back. Cully trying to make amends. Vale, was he fouled? No, says the referee. Henderson has done well. And again, from a defensive point of view, Salah linking up with Aora, who was quite clearly being pulled on that occasion. Rangers swift to get on with it. Salah helping it on towards Jimmy Dunn. Sutton now. I mentioned how Jimmy Dunn was the only player who started the game outfield to still be on the field. Well, he's finding himself up front at the moment. Akin Delaney. Morrison going for the diagonal, but too much pace on the pass.
Trying to force it, Liam.
And well to intercept, Harvey Vale then picking it up. Colley was brought down after taking it around a couple.
Good opportunity here in the last minute. Pre-season friendly or not, get your delivery right, go and win the game. Harvey Vale, left foot, sure Jimmy Dunn. Tim Akin Delaney will be the target around the back post area. Jimmy just makes his way. Sure he will be the target for everyone.
And it goes to that penalty area, and it is going to find Jimmy Dunn at the back post. By that point, the whistle had already gone. So like in the first half, another 2 minutes of additional time. Green sending it to the left. Gruers. Back with Gruers again. Rangers with the free kick. Dunn finding Akindeleni. Is there time for one last move forward from Rangers? Played the 2 minutes added on. Is Ryan Cully. Looking to return it towards Akindeleni, but he brought down the Heerenveen defender. In what was the last of the action in the first game back in W12 in pre-season. Well, there was certainly a spell where it didn't feel like pre-season in terms of goals after goals. We saw a fantastic one in the first half thanks to Dembele finding the top corner. Vente with the equaliser, but then a minute later Benny giving Rangers the lead again. That was cancelled out once more by Schmans with just under 20 minutes to go. And at full time at Loftus Road it is Rangers 2, Heerenveen 2. Since can I have your wrap up please?
Yeah, good game, useful workout. You know, minutes in the bank for many players as the preparation for Preston in 2 weeks' time continues. From the real positives, you know, 2 wonderfully struck goals. Dembele in the first half, right foot, top corner. Daniel Benny, wonderful finish from a long direct ball from Joe Walsh. I think we'll look at both the goals we conceded, as you always do when you concede goals, and we could have done better with both. Whether it's a league game, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, or pre-season friendly, you always look at that, where can you improve? But yeah, minutes in the tank, the season edges ever so closer. Boys now recover, get a good week on the training ground where they step up, and they also work at some tactical stuff and patterns, combinations, etc, etc. And then, as I say, go again next Saturday, Brentford, last pre-season game before the big off, and as I say, I'm really looking forward to it.
So for now it's level, but next up Brentford, and we are 2 weeks away from the big championship opener